Alright guys, so this basically continues basically straight after season 2 finale, and this is why it should have been the first episode, to be honest. You basically seen Tiffany getting arrested. Yeah. You see basically her, just being happy that she finally took down flipping Tiffany, who was torturing her all that time, flipping cut off her limbs and everything. Yeah. So she feels like she's won, but then she sees like Chucky's around with the little girl. Yeah. So she ends up trying to chase him, but it's kind of hard for her because she's in a wheelchair, but it gets to like a dead end where she can't really go any further because they're going downstairs. She's just basically trying to convince her that Chucky's bad, but I guess she's going down the dark path anyway. That girl's little sister, so good luck trying to convince her. And just says see you around, and then basically gets away. But at least she gets to take down Tiffany in this episode, I guess. Yeah. Then we get a little cameo, flipping Keenan from Keenan and Kel. Man, he gets a brutal death in this. I don't even know if I should even show it, but hello, because they're basically just talking about the people they're gonna kill. Andy and all them. They just decided to let her go because what can she really do? And besides, she's flipping taking care of Tiffany for them. So yeah, decided to let her go anyway. And Keenan's just getting so sus about what they're actually talking about, like flipping killing her flipping primary school teacher and stuff. And he's just like, what the hell are they even talking about? I mean, at first he's just like, oh, it must be some kind of advanced doll or something, but then it's like it's talking about something, sus. And that's when he decides to pull over and tell him to get out, but then let's just say Keenan gets destroyed. Yeah, brutal death. Yeah. So then it looks like you see Andy straight afterwards, one of the first victims of who they're gonna kill, and like Andy's gonna get taken out like this. The things he's basically survived. Yeah, right. Like he's gonna die like this. And to be honest, Chucky should have killed him when he had him prisoner for so long. Like what the hell? He thought he killed Kyle, and he had flipping Andy imprisoned and torturing him. I mean, that's possibly the worst thing he's done to him, apart from, make him not have his mother anymore. I mean, she just basically went insane. I don't even know what happened to her afterwards. They need to address that. I just don't know if they did, but I just can't remember at this point. But then it's like, flipping Andy's gonna die. He's flipping begging for his life, but Andy would never beg for his life. He's always a fighter, so I was like, nah, this is not real. And this is not Andy. Like, every time when I was watching this, I was like, that's not Andy. That's not even Andy, but that's how Chucky would want to get him to like that point where it's just like he's just so at the point where Andy's just settled down, everything's worked out for him, and then out of nowhere Chucky comes and kills him. Yeah, and he's screaming for help and everything, like it's just let yourself go from all that fight he's always had to this. Yeah, right. After he was getting tortured by Chucky for so long, no way he'd ever let his guard down. So yeah, it's like with The Last of Us 2 with Joel. Yeah, he'd never let his guard down from all the shit he's been through and done. So yeah, it wouldn't make sense, and I just knew it was fake. But then you're just seeing how it's done. I'm like, no way they'd have that many balls to kill flipping Andy, the original main kid, who's been for the most out of all the victims. Well, I mean, then there's the mentally, and then there's like physically. But yeah, like when it comes to mentally, like he's been for the worst, I guess. But yeah, then he just gets like a brutal death, which, man, imagine Andy going out like this, man. It was like no way they had the balls to kill off Andy like this, and they made it so brutal too. Like just stabbing him all over his body, from his face to his chest, everywhere. Yeah. And then obviously it was a dream, his wet dream, Chucky's wet dream. Yeah, and then he tries to take over the little girl because he finds out that he's growing older or something, because he gets some kind of curse from, I guess, the church. Like basically a Christian like basically exercises him like in that previous season, so it's kind of affecting him, I guess. And yeah, he's gonna have to find another solution by going to like, I guess, the White House. Oh, because he talks to some doctor, which just makes no sense. Like, why would a doctor talk to a flipping doll? But whatever. And you just see Tiffany in jail. And then you just see one of our main characters talking to her, like if she's got any information on where the little girl is. But yeah, it's like she doesn't really know. But she just, the only thing she knows is that she's with Chucky. And yeah, that's really all she can really say. And why would she even help her anyway? I know she probably would want revenge on Chucky anyway. But yeah. I mean, this is basically the trial anyway. She's basically saying everything that happened to her because of Tiffany, yeah. And she's just trying to do everything she can to take down Tiffany. And you got flipping Chucky going to hospital, getting checked up and everything, and finding out what's actually wrong with him and what he needs to do, and that's basically why he goes to the White House. Yeah. Because he goes around doing these random murders, but then he realizes the only way to help himself is to, I guess, go to the White House, yeah. Then Tiffany is just basically being Tiffany. She's not even trying to fake it, and basically pleads insanity, because I guess celebrities sometimes, when they go too far in a role, like, they just basically lose their mind. So yeah, that's what she's basically trying to do. Yeah, she's trying to plead insanity so she doesn't go to jail. Yeah, but then she ends up still being guilty, and she goes down. Yeah, they just basically kill all these people to get for some kind of sacrifice or something, so he can do what he needs to do, but it doesn't work, and then that's when he decides to go to the White House. Yeah, but yeah, she basically ends up going down. She tries to get a voodoo book, but it doesn't work out for her. Basically, she just tries to polish him up and stuff, and I don't even know what happens to her afterwards. Like, what the hell happens with her? Like, she'll be by herself and stuff. Like, she doesn't even pretend to like go back to her sister or something until Chucky's basically better or something. Just pretend to like go back. I mean, she might actually end up doing that anyway, but because what else is she gonna do right now? Like, she's got no one. So I mean, her parents are dead. She's got a sister, but she's, I guess, evil now. So I don't even know what they're gonna do with her now. But yeah, I guess we'll see. And just the way how they're having like a flipping father and daughter relationship, like Chucky and her, man, in such a twisted way. Yeah, like, I was so jealous of your dad because he had someone like you or whatever. Like, oh my god, it's just Jesus. But yeah, oh my god. But yeah, that's when the kid ends up getting the doll, the president's little son. At the same time, when it's Joseph's funeral, and he basically named himself Joseph to have like a bond with the son. And it's also the first time he smiles for the longest time, I guess. So they end up keeping the doll, and the rest. Yeah. And Tiffany goes to jail, but more like a death sentence though. Like, she's going fully down. And man, I was saying Andy was the one who was the most affected mentally, but man, when you see like her in the scene, oh my god, it's like she's just lost it at that point. But she's also getting like her ultimate revenge too. The person who tortured her, like, flipping took off her limbs. Like, man, just the way how she's acting, man, goddamn. She's kind of Chucky in that moment. Yeah, but yeah, she's gonna be there to watch her death, and she'll enjoy every moment, man. Just her smile as well, man. It's just priceless. Because she's Chucky's doll after all. But yeah, it just basically sets up everything, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, definitely a better episode. And to be honest, this is how the season should have started. Not those other two episodes where there was a lot of cringe and stuff. Like, oh my god, Jesus. Because yeah, they could start with this episode. I guess would still get the other episodes, but take out some of the cringe, like the YouTube cringe live streaming crap, and I guess the gay stuff. I mean, I'm terrible, but Jesus, it's a bit much. And yeah, it'll be a little bit better, I guess. Yeah, I just want to see where the story goes, going forward. But yeah, see if Tiffany actually dies. We'll see if that actually happens. But she might at the last minute work out something to get out of the situation, but I don't know if Jennifer Taylor's gonna basically be able to get out of that situation though. Like, she might die. Whip. But Tiffany, like, who knows? She might think of something like flipping Chucky. He always thinks of something, and that's what he's doing right now. So I guess we'll see. Yep. So yeah, that's it for my review. Just needed to catch up. So yep, sure you can leave a like. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.